Hello and welcome back to another episode of Tropico at our glorious city that is ever growing. And yeah, what we can see, we have a lot of work to do. Even though we have grown quite a bit already, there's still way more stuff to do. First of all, I would like to still go a bit with my tourisms. I would like to use my wave here, use my flow that I have to continue that district here. So we still have a couple of areas here where I would enjoy a bit more beauty. So I would like to have another, just because it looks then a bit formal, or it looks a bit complete or even planned, like I did plan the whole thing right at some point, so that we have the last hotel of these here, and in the middle then we are just going to have everything full of parks. We do have a couple of parks here now. Space Memorial, well, we are not in space yet, so no idea if I should really go with that. But I definitely would like to have a couple of parks here in between. We have those beautiful trees. Unfortunately, they're most likely going away there, right? So I'm definitely going to have now some parks here. I'm definitely going to have the parks here as well that I can squeeze in. This one is a tricky one already. It's fine. So it's fine as long as we are not going directly into the... it's working. How good is that? How good is that? We have this beautiful park area and there is this tree here still standing. And of course, what we can see is they're using the parks here right away, right? So they're using this as pavements to walk around. Exactly what I would like to have in this area. The hotel, let's just go ahead and finish this one instantly. We are at 400,000. Why is it so high, you ask me? Well, my revenues are exploding at the moment. The tourist service is exploding, right? So it's 80,000 that we just got last month. This is pretty, the last 12 months. This is pretty sick. This is a lot of money. It's equal to our exports now, right? So we're making the same amount of money from tourists than we do make with, for example, exporting our cars, as we can see, which is my highest number here. My local services, they're still the highest one. That is the rents, right? So rents are still the best thing that we have, but tourists and exports are equal at this point. Isn't that amazing? I love that. Lots of tourists are leaving here as well, as we can see, or those guys are just going to their ship. No idea. To be honest, I don't care. We will get more tourists. This is finished now. We still have something over here, so we might still get us another little parking area there. And you might just say, okay, this guy is spamming so many parks all the time. Well, I kinda am, but you know, once this is finished, it looks like this. And I think this is absolutely looking okay. So there is nothing wrong with how all these parks are looking then at the end. There, however, we will definitely need something. For now, we have the hang gliding in here, which is a very cool looking building. And as we can see, it's very heavily used as well, right? So there's lots of people that like to use this. It's not really making us a profit there. We might make high power engine there, so the service quality is increased by 5. Okay, let's go for that. But I might need to move this somewhere else, right? So hang glider, we might have this one, yeah, somewhere over there, or I could also, to be honest, squeeze it in here, right? So I think this is actually working out just fine. Then we have something here that accompanies the parking area. And then we just need something for this tiny spot. So let's just have a look what we could squeeze in here. By the way, those gourmet restaurants, they're pretty good. And the cocktails as well, right? So these are all full, the gourmet restaurants. Whereas the normal restaurants, no one is going there. So if we have a gourmet restaurant, no one is actually going to normal restaurants anymore. Which, a bit strange, because they're still, you know, it's cheaper, I guess. And you know, when I was a kid, what was there at the beach every time that I went to Italy, and we were on the beach, and when you just go a bit further away from the beach, what is there? Well, an arcade. That's right, we played arcades there. You can play snooker, you can play billiard in them, you can play machines and computer, of course. Let's just have the arcade here as well. I think this is just very, very nicely done then here, this area that we finish. Let's just have this one right away. I might have only one problem, and that is the energy. Energy-wise, we still have the balance of 67 megawatt. That is still totally fine, right? There's already the first worker, and there will definitely be guests for that, since we also have here our beach resorts and stuff like that. Also, lots of tourist ships are coming in. Beautiful ships. Fantastic. The snorkeling, it's also still heavily used, so nothing that I would need to do here. Over there, we still have some space, right? So here I might be squeezing something in. We could also just have a street going over here into this area and then just have something. A bit tricky because there's not that much. We could get rid of that one there. I know it. I want to have another gourmet restaurant. There we have it. So this one is just beside here, beside the pool and the gardens there, righto. Then we can still have something else here, and that is going to be a cocktail bars. Both of them are together then, more or less. Behind them, of course, we have the occasional parks. Over there, in this point here, there might be a nightclub. I mean, we have lots of tourists here. It makes sense to have a nightclub in the area. This one here, and it's just across the modern museum here and all the restaurants that we have then as well, and rather close to my hotels and stuff like that. And behind it we just have some parks, right? And perhaps the good park type that we can have there. This one, and then the smaller ones here. And yeah, I might keep those two palm tree, that palm tree there and that huge tree. I mean, they're huge, right? They're really huge. They must be really old as well, but they're just fitting in here so nicely, so we're going to keep it. Those normal houses there are some people living, right? So they're living right next to the tourist center. I think this is just looking really, really nice here, those houses. It doesn't look too arbitrary. They just fit in. They could very well be also some Airbnb flats that you have close to the tourism area. Just very, very nice. Over here we have the two restaurants, and then, well, there is something else that we haven't built yet, and that is a pretty cool thing. The roller coaster. There it is. Provides fun to visiting citizens and tourists alike. It just fits in very nicely. It's very, very close to the stadium, to the balloon, to our beach resorts and stuff like that. It just also makes sense to have it here. Let's go ahead and just find the entrance. I guess we might build it like that. And then we have the roller coaster now in this spot as well. We already have the circus over there, right? So the circus, I might now move here. Why? Because there we have the metro station, right? The metro station is not too far away, so those people can go from the metro station right to the circus then. And then I might just finish this one here, this little spot that we have with another park. I wouldn't think of anything else right now, so there might be, yeah, the dolphin park. And then those smaller parks there as well, righto. And here we could then have something once again beside those houses there. And the smaller ones there as well. And that's it basically, right? So close to the chapel there. And there we have the roller coaster coming up. And yeah, there we have it, our latest addition to the fun mile that we have in Tropico. The first workers are already in there, and the first guests are storming our latest very, very not dangerous roller coaster. I'm expecting at least 200 kilometers an hour if this one should be fine, and it's looking like it. Off you go. Unfortunately, I cannot ride with it. I would love that. We can say the work mode. So the G factor 1, the G factor 2, and the best G ever. Increases the upkeep, the fees increase, the service quality is increased, and one ride takes 3 rounds. Let's take the middle ground in this one for now. I don't want to spoil them. They still have to pay me something. Stadium. Oh, stadium is actually not really that full, so we have lots of room there. The circus is over here. We moved it, right? So it also doesn't have workers. So there is that, and this is a very interesting worker there. Noah De Luca. Please dress yourself properly. Perfect. This is finished. This is looking fantastic, I think. So this is a very, very nice tourism block that we have there now. There's still some room over there, but we might also just keep a bit of nature here. Oh, and the beach villas are being used now. How good is that? Finally, we have someone in there. Finally, the beach villas are making us some cash, and they're just having a lovely view of the ocean and stuff like that. These are rich accommodations, right? So they can be in a very good, luxurious location. The arcade is being used already, even though we only have 1 worker. We don't have that many unemployed citizens now. I might just do something that I turned off. I might now put open doors again, right? So that we get a few more immigrants back into town, that we can grow a bit. We are at 1,200, rather stable, so that is perfectly fine. Now, We have the mission, a shopping mall, build a shopping mall. I'm all in for that. We do need a second shopping mall. The other one is over there, far on the other side. I can't expect them to walk over there or to use the subway. And we have a perfect spot for that. So let's have us another juicy shopping mall. So there we have it. Right, so this is also a shopping mall for the tourists and stuff. And a cathedral right over there next to the Colosseum might make sense as well, right? We have one over there and this is always full. And people like their churches. They do like that. Unfortunately though, this is a rather remote area. We should have, there is, oh yeah, there we have the metro station. So I might not need one for now, right? Another one. Otherwise I would have, yeah, we're probably going to need a metro station over there at some point then, but for now that should be fine. The second cathedral, oh, we have one over there, right? This seems a bit further away. Oh, we just built two of them. I mean, who cares? I could also just build two of them. Oh, there is one already. All right. Then let's build another one here. Next to the mall. Righto. Another one. Perfect. And Rehab Center provides healthcare to visiting citizens and funds to visiting tourists. So this is also used by tourists. I'm all in for that. A Rehab Center. This probably should be somewhere over here as well, right? So we might just place this a bit further outside, where it's a bit quieter. Next to the Pirate Cove. Or, yeah, I would really like to place it out there. So this scenic look, no one is using that. Never, ever have I seen someone visiting the scenic look. I might just place it over there and just hope that someone goes there at some point. But I don't think so. Off you go. And in here we have now the Rehab Center in its stead. And the Rehab Center, of course, we cannot really have it close to that road there. Let's just build it there. We have the metro station here, so it's not that far away, right? So that's that. And that's another center where we can make some money out of our people. The entrance is here, I guess. So let's just have it like that. And then those people can enjoy their day. We have a nice sauna in there, 90 degrees up to 110 degrees. And we have all kinds of massages. Actually, I think there needs to be a road like this for this to look proper, right? Fantastic. Now, I think, wait a second, with the rehab, we're a bit down on the network balance there once again. That brings me to my next big point. While we build all of that, it's all going to cost me electricity from now on, since we're in the modern times. What we can do now is, and what we should be doing is, a nuclear power station. I've been looking forward to that for quite some time now. We do need a bit of space for that. So over here, we probably can squeeze it in, right? I've already have it unlocked. There it is. We cannot. Spot is taken, I guess, from this one here. Let's move this one over there. We need the space for the nuclear power plant. Are you real? There, it's not possible. Alrighty, I've made a bit of room here, so these factories are now over there, right? Both of them, that should be fine. And here we have now the beautiful space for a nuclear power plant. Processes uranium to supply electrical power, provides an electrical power grid. And this is 32,000 that it takes, but it produces 800 megawatt of power. In comparison, the solar power plant produces 450 megawatt, which is not that bad, to be honest, right? Having two of them might be an option, but also like nuclear power here, so let's just go for that. There we're building our first nuclear power plant, and we have room here for another one, right? I'm thinking also of going away from logs at some point. I don't think it's that feasible anymore. We have a lumber mill over there. I can actually get rid of this one, this logging camp there. I really don't need that anymore. We only have one lumber mill. It's producing enough planks for the 2 factories that need it. The 3 factories with the boats, and all of them have the planks. It's fine. It's really fine. Now, that is on the way. Another thing that we haven't unlocked yet is the highest tech tier for our cyber operations, for our spy operations, and that is the Cyber Operations Center, this one here. This one also allows us to, well, capture one more world monument, the Heist Neuschwanstein Castle, the Temple of Heaven, the Winter Palace, or the White House. So we can decide then what we want out of all of them. And we just need to build this one. I think it's going to be somewhere here. We might also have it in the military, raids and military. There it is, cyber operations, 150 energy this one cost me. Rather expensive. And that, well, that we are going to have over here in my government district. A bit further over there perhaps, right? So no one can really see it. Oh, this would actually squeeze in there. Beside the embassies. Or we really have it over there. Let's have it over there for now. You know what? Here we have a bit of military, and it is a nice touch to have the cyber operations next to my commando garrison and to my barracks that we just have there. The barracks I will definitely never give up because they're pretty useful, though I might move them again at some point. By the way, can we upgrade them with the modern age? Nope, the barracks we can't. We could have now MK2 tanks. Of course I'm going with that. The commando center is fine. Cyber operations on the way. Defense headquarters we would still have. The aircraft carrier, the security checkpoints. Nah, nothing of that really touches me in any way. But that's that. Another thing is we only are still working with the garbage dump. Now we could go with the waste treatment facility. Reduces pollution of other buildings within its range, and it doesn't generate pollution anymore on its own like this one here. So let's just have this one. How big is the range? It's ridiculously small. Alrighty. This is probably good then for my touristy area over there, right? To have something like that right next to the golf resort. Nah, it's horrible. The range is ridiculous. They don't have cars? Do they take the waste by themselves? Perhaps you can squeeze it in here, yeah, into the factory district. I guess this makes the most sense to me. Have it over there because factories create a lot of pollution. So we might just use it over there. Alright, and another very interesting building is the offshore office. Hosts a company of one of the superpowers, generates money at the cost of losing relations with the corresponding superpower. So this is really interesting. Let's just check what kind of superpower doesn't like us particularly. We of course should look out that all of them like us. So I'm going to praise all of them now. We have the money, it's 5,000 each, right? So we can afford that. And I'm just going to have then one of them. Oh, and yes, also the building, the shopping mall is finished. Hector Delgado. I was born with a gift, Presidente, to see things clearly. Most people confuse themselves with doubt. Reasonable doubt? No such thing. You won't see me being reasonable. Alrighty, there we have that. I like this guy. Offshore. Let's just have a look where we can place it. Basically anywhere, I guess, where we do have water. So we have the pirates over there already. What is that? Oh, that's for the ship, I guess. But it really needs to be totally out there at the ocean, right? Yes. Well, of course, let's have it close to our beauty districts over here. So there we have the offshore company now. Office, and we're going to just see what this one really does. Which superpower should we choose, right? So we have now a couple of them available here. Let's go with bombing. It's all really bad. Let's go with I can't decide really. Let's go with Russia. Now relation is getting down by -20 because of that. Resources with high export prices are now furniture and cheese. And revenue per relationship lost 50. So how much does that really count for now? I've got no idea. Income this month was $100. This doesn't seem like a lot for the amount of penalty that we take here. $200. Okay, it's going up. Let's have this one here working for now. This offshore company. Still have no idea what that here is all about because for docking we have this one. Should have been fine. Ah, well, another source of income. Now, the nuclear power plant still needs to be finished. It's being built now, and now we need to think about something else, and that is how do we get the uranium from? So let's choose the uranium, and let's have a look around where we do have uranium on the map. We have 5 spots. Yeah. Oh, wait a second. What is that? There is an ancient site. Very good. It's good to know that we have one. After all, there is uranium. It's a bit further away, but it's still within our road system. So let's just have this one here. Righto. There we got the workers, some 3 workers. I hope they have their own cars. Please have your own cars. Network balance is very, very negative because of that. Let's upgrade it. Decrease pollution. I will need to build another solar power plant for now though, right? So it can't hurt to have a mixture of both of them. Just get rid of this one here so we can afford another one. And I might just replace this one with a nuclear power plant then as well later. Let's instantly finish this one to get the power back on track. And there it's coming up as well. And boom, high school, nope, it's college education that is required. We do have them. One of them is inside a cathedral. The other one was inside a roller coaster. So definitely people that like to know how to live. Or not how to live, or at least how to die. In this one here now, very good, we have that. But how do we get the workers there now? As we can see, they really have to travel by foot. I am spending free cars for everyone. Why are you not driving? They're really going over there. Okay, at least we produced some uranium now. It's definitely going to take a while before this one reaches the nuclear power plant though. Yes, well, we could also just import it, right? There is already the transporter coming. That was quick. Getting that uranium now to the power plant. There is the metro station. Okay, then they have to walk this. This is acceptable, I guess, right? And they go back to this metro station there. Of course, it's not ideal, but I also don't want to have too many metro stations. Each time we build one, we reduce the efficiency of all metro stations because the lines are getting longer and longer. Not something that is attractive, to me at least. And then let's just wait here. There's the uranium now coming in. That was quick. And we're producing now nuclear energy or nuclear power. And that means another 736 megawatts to the grid. And thus we have a network balance of 881. What kind of upgrades do we have? Increases job quality with a lead shielding. Electricity focused or uranium enrichment. Electrical power output is decreased by 50% but decreases the upgrade. Nah, I'd rather stick with that for now. Perfect. And now we have enough energy for the high-tech industry that we still need to prepare for. Stay tuned.